everybody. I am Eric Wingman Peterson, and this is
Rob, Designopotamus, Irving.
And this is Wingman's Hangar. It is an inside look. It's our, after sabbatical.
Episode 50!
Episode 50! We tried to do.
Too excited there?
No, the voice. We did South by Southwest last week, and we're just now recovering from that. We had an amazing experience. So we'll show you a little bit about that later. So if you're new to the show, then God help you. So we
don't even know what we're doing here.
This is an inside look at the adventures of making Descent Underground as we bring Descent back from the depths of the past and introduce it to people that remember it and to an all-new audience. You guys should see the kids' faces when they, oh my God, it's a totally new experience, and it's exactly what we wanted. So coming up today, we have the Week in Review. We have Warrior of the Week. Oh, that's not right. That's wrong
one.
We have forum feedback. Oh, well. Negative contribution, Peterson.
Negative contribution.
We have forum feedback with your questions and Jitris on video. If you want to knock Jitris off video, you got to send in your own videos. Jitris has sent us tons of questions, and he is going to be the star of the show, baby. Thanks to our new backers. Right there, take a look at that. Thank you guys very much. We're starting to get a lot more of those from South by Southwest. Special thanks to our new undergrounders, Manhawk and Ransom. Manhawk. I'll show you my Manhawk. And here is our Steam Review of the Week. Very, very cool. From Austin Mav. I originally played this game at South by Southwest Gaming Expo in 2016, this year. I decided to try it out because it looked interesting and I had fun while demoing it. I just finished a bot round before writing this. It was pretty interesting and enjoyable. This game's graphics are amazing. And with amazing graphics to run, you need a well-made computer. I do believe that you can tweak it to where it can run decently. If I were to rate this game on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible and 10 being amazing, I'd give it a 10-10. IGN would play again. Love it. That is awesome. 10 for 10.
Woo!
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about,
stars.
Right. So if you want to get your name on the Steam Review of the Week, go out there and give us a Steam review. Thumbs up, of course. We don't read the negatives.
We read them. We don't talk about them.
Most of the negative reviews have been where the hell's single player, and it's coming. But that's just to be clear. Single player is our getting out of early access this coming fall. So we won't be releasing single player until then. We'll probably have some bot stuff and others coming before that. But
we might do a little teaser for it.
We might do some teaser. But single player is our, that's our launch.
That's our launch.
That's our launch. Yeah. Or not our lunch, which is coming later, but our launch.
I'd like lunch right now. Let's move on.
I know. We got. This is a get through the show, get to lunch.
I might die on set.
It's time for the Week in Review, baby. This week mostly was about South by Southwest. I mean, we worked our tails off from, I think you, me, Keith, Tyler, Jason, Morlan, everybody was there and Colton.
Phil, Colton.
Colton. Oh, Colton would. So he brought in some amazing YouTubers, which you'll be seeing some in the future. Maybe something on Smosh Games and perhaps a little swoozy action. So look for that. We had Colosseum we released to the audience, and you guys are now playing Colosseum with Destructibles.
Yeah, Destructibles.
I think we still have some effects to add to that to give it a little more punch when they blow up and stuff, but they work and it looks pretty cool.
They break.
Yeah, yes they do.
Believe me, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Nope, and hopefully right now by the time you're seeing this, we'll have a new build out to the Proving Grounds, which you guys can test the Smart Missile out, which is pretty cool.
And
Match browser. That's our first step, and we have rankings where we can start matching people up with like-ranked people. And of course, new maps like Skylab, the beautification process. That's if we can see the ships in Skylab. Right, Keith? Right. The first iteration of Skylab had so many bouncy, reflective textures that you're like, where the hell are the ships? And so we're working on that. Also, as I've mentioned before, we did South by Southwest last week, so the entire week was pretty much dedicated.
We should show them.
We should just show them. Take a look at this. Yeah.
You guys just played Descent Underground with VR. What'd you think?
I'm blown away, man.
Blown away?
Original Descent lover. The original Descent. This is Descent all over again, but circa 2016. It is phenomenal.
It's really polished VR game. That's one of the most polished VR games I've ever played.
It was like awesome and in the Oculus Rift, it was amazing. Like you actually felt like if you look to your right, you could see like part of your ship.
And I'm going to buy VR headset solely to play this game.
It felt like classic Descent.
Yeah, classic Descent, exactly.
Yeah, like I mean, I was just sitting there and like I'm just going like this and like, oh, he's following me. I'm just gonna go backwards.
It was so much
and go
easier to
like that
control.
and
So
just
much
whip
easier.
around and like shoot missiles at him.
The controls are so smooth, the graphics really good, and for an early access, it's really doing well. It's better than most AAA games. This is just an early access. I'm looking forward for what you continue to put out.
All right, Swizzy, what'd you think?
That's all I can say. My mind is blown. The game is sick, man.
How does it feel to like totally own Swoozy in Descent Underground?
Listen, what had happened was the sun was in my eye, the wind was blowing, my left pinky toe was hurting. I think there was an asteroid field coming through or something.
Sore loser.
So, otherwise, I would have won. I would have dominated everybody out there.
First time I've ever done the virtual reality thing.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of had to just look around a bunch at first. It's insane. It's awesome. Like, I forgot I was here for a minute.
Woohoo! Thumbs up.
Wow, that was cool. You know, the fun thing I like about South by Southwest is seeing the mix of the older folks who remember it like us, and then the kids.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was. We had an hour to an hour and a half wait for. We were showing HTC Vives up there all weekend, and we had an hour and a half wait to get on there. We had 3 stations going, and we had a non-station.
Some people can't take VR.
Some people can't, I think, but it wasn't too bad. The percentage was 10%,
Very
maybe
small
8%.
number,
Yeah, but most people played it. They really liked it, and it was cool to see the kids playing it, women playing it. You know, the old school guys playing it. So universally, it was liked, and that's super gratifying to those of us out there making the game that you got to go show your wares. Now, it's not gratifying for your feet. No, your feet hurt a lot.
We old people do not do well,
Well,
at standing
old
all
fat
day.
people specifically don't do very well standing. It was like I texted a picture of my feet to my wife saying, "Owie, owie, owie," and she texted me back with all the garden work she had just done and totally put me to shame. So I felt really bad. So I went and had another piece of pizza. You know, it's the way it rolls.
Comfort food.
Yeah, comfort food. Well, let's take a look at some of the upcoming stuff. You know, we talked a little bit about Skylab, so let's take a look at this week's Beautiful Corner. Should we show them some Skylab?
I guess we should.
Yeah, we should check it out. So here we go. Take a look at that. This is the interior of Skylab. It's meant to be like a space station, right? You'd be fighting inside that.
The windows and the
Yeah.
bars and the windows up there.
Love that. And the big window on the right. Like it a lot. That's pretty cool. Oh, more of Skylab.
That's slick. And look at all, there's some human scale stuff in there, so you'll get that sense of
Well, it's funny you
scale.
mention the scale because that's one thing. We're going to go through all the earlier maps and add some more scale and elements in there to kind of give you, like in Mobius, you can get stuck in that top room if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Where we'll add some things which show you scale and help you find your way around. So
Signage.
oh, there you go again. Nice, nice.
The portal.
The portal. Funny you mentioned portal. That should totally be a portal. We should have
No,
it.
it's a window.
It should warp you. Yeah, it's even closer version of the warp window portal thingy.
This looks a lot like the first picture.
It does. It does. Maybe it's a different angle of the picture. Cool hallways right there. Kachi's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Perfect Pencils. Skylab, he's the one that did the gray box for it. And the way it works, if you want to submit a map, you submit the map to us, and we put it in Proving Grounds. I think, how many maps we got coming up, Keith?
We have about a half dozen, I think.
About a half dozen more maps going in. Right now we've gotten Colosseum, which is in. That's Skylab, then Dead Morose is next. And then we've got about another 6 more from you guys that are going into Proving Grounds, and you get to fly them in Proving Grounds and test them out, make comments, change things up, and then we'll have a vote, and we'll take that vote, and we'll take the next one in the process and put it into beautification. Its own the beautification, where we make it, you know, a map, actually, where we take it and add greebly bits. And
It sounded like Elmer Fudd saying beautification.
That's all, folks. Yeah. And now it's time for this week's with Keith McCormick's
Got nothing.
Most Valuable Post.
Welcome to Most Valuable Post, where we celebrate a member of our community who's made a Wingman contribution to Descent Underground. This week, we celebrate someone who was flying around in one of the maps and noticed their weapons were disappearing right through the wall, and that they could go through the wall. And they made a great video of it to help us figure out where the trouble spots were so we could fix it. Turns out that Kaji stretched some of the meshes in the walls and to make the textures look nice, but you can't do that in Unreal, and it left some gaps in the collision. Kaji. So, congratulations, Puddles. You made this week's Most Valuable Post.
Wait a minute. Dunkelza, you better...
he's onto us.
Yeah. I think he's caught on. Yeah, that's okay. Very, very cool. Thanks, Puddles. Thanks for helping us find things. You guys are actually helping us. I mean, we are 10 people, so we rely a lot on the community to get in there, test things out, and you know, we don't have a tester actually. We don't have an official
We are the
tester. You guys are
testers.
testing for us right now.
Yes.
Oh, guess what time it is, Rob?
I could never guess.
It's time for forum feedback.
Oh. Yeah.
that time
Forum
again,
feedback.
huh?
Yeah.
Here we
From
go.
Pyro Jockey and his flare fetish.
Flare fetish?
Yeah, he has a flare fetish. What is the key binding for flares and my fetish? So what is Pyro Jockey's key binding? Or do we have a key binding?
Well, here's the tricky thing right now, and the reason there's not a special one for it yet. We ran out of buttons.
On the gamepad.
On the gamepad, yes. The gamepad, and honestly, the keyboard, you have to be like most of the way across the keyboard to get an empty key now. So it's, we will give a separate key binding for the flares. The reason it's on the gadget controls right now is because that is for the gamepad players.
And it's not done. We threw it in there as a kind of a funny, find it and enjoy and play with it. Yeah. It's far from done.
Tyler had a few minutes where he wasn't doing something else because he was waiting on somebody.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, just."
And we've got to put some speed on them still. There's been some complaining about the sound, but other than it being too, you hear it too far away. I kind of like the sound.
That's easy to fix.
Yeah.
All of it's fixable.
All of it's fixable. Yeah. So the flares are there. Have fun with it.
There's a little bonus.
Have fun with flares. Yeah. But they're going to be needed coming up soon. There'll be some dark areas which need to be illuminated. It's an illuminating gadget. From Zyphon, while playing the redacted teaser, I like how the bot shuddered when shot. Have you given any thought to adding details like this to the drones and bots? Well, yeah, we have.
We've given it a lot of thought, actually. We haven't done it yet. Of course, one of the reasons is that you have to be careful when you are allowing VR. Because if you start moving things around for people, they get a little discombobulated.
Right.
And not with the triple D. So that's one of the considerations. But yes, I mean, we've been looking at giving impulses to both
I like the
drones
idea of being
and
hit
bots,
and kind of getting that sense of
just a little push.
And there's
a sense of weight.
Right, and that's one of those things you do usually at the end where you balance things out. I mean, it's one thing when you're making a single player, smaller scope thing that you can kind of do that early. We're going to add a lot of these details later. So, yeah, we have given it some thought.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, more than you thought.
More than you thought, I thought.
Right.
From In Spades, what are your thoughts on this?
Wow, it's a thinking
on
week.
The state of the Vulcan Cannon. So, what are our thoughts on the Vulcan Cannon?
Texas.
What?
That's the state of the Vulcan.
Oh, the state of the Vulcan. I thought it was inebriation. State of inebriation.
State of confusion now.
Yes.
I've
run out of states.
I'm out of thoughts.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the Vulcan Cannon, I mean, I think what they're kind of subtly getting at is they'd like it to go faster or something. Mm-hmm. I need
it's
a more
also
hit
it has
scan weapon.
too many ammo, too many rounds. It lasts too long right now.
We cut it way down. Is the really scary thing.
Yeah, we need to. With still some. Would you say there might be some balance?
There might be some balance in the long term. I don't think that there's any need to do anything serious with it right now.
Not right
because we
now.
need to get other features in.
Yeah, like the smart missile.
Everything will be looked at again.
Yeah.
At the end, when we're doing balance passes.
We want to get all 9 ships in, right? And then all the core weapons, which we're really close to getting in.
Yeah.
And then we want to get the core abilities of all the ships in, and then we will really have a massive balance, test or massive balance fest. I mean, right now everything's kind of compressed to where you can play the game, have fun with it now, but once we get a lot of the team elements in, we're going to have to go through and make sure that those roles are working and fun and engaging.
And all the
and
tech trees and everything. I mean, it's
trees.
difficult to do a balance pass until we have those sets of features in where it's going to change everything dramatically. Yep. So,
PuDLeZ again.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, you didn't have a question earlier. He's a flare fetish, right? Or that's Pyro with a flare fetish. Do you have any plans on releasing some STL files for those of us with 3D printers?
At this time, not plans.
I've been asked that before. I think
yeah.
Lotherbot's actually asking for stuff like that too.
I mean, we could. It could be done. It's not something that we want to necessarily devote art resources to right now, because you have to go in and make changes to the models themselves. And right now, our ships are all in pieces.
That's
Keep
true,
that in
because
mind.
you've got to have it balanced.
So,
You've got to have it sitting on something to where it'll hold up.
And they all have to. It has to be a watertight model, is the official rule for the printers. And since our ships are in pieces, we would have to build separate versions of the ships to do that.
Now explain that to them. You're saying the ships are in pieces. So
we assemble our ships. We have a fuselage that we attach. Wings, noses, tails.
Wings, noses, tails. I'm our top story tonight. I'm just explaining a little more.
Negative contribution, Peterson.
Positive contribution, Peterman. So go ahead and explain it.
So since the ships are assembled on the fly as they're put into the game, they're not going to be watertight to start with. We would have to rebuild them as single pieces.
Okay, so that's it. They're built in with multiple pieces then. Well
Take it
done.
away, Keith.
From Empton, a Steam question. Could you put the stats on ships for the in-game ship selection screen for multiplayer and some kind of description for their roles? Yeah, this is a really good one.
It is, it's a little challenging, and as we saw at South by, I mean, you're trying to select a ship, and all you have is this somewhat not even very recognizable silhouette.
Right.
The silhouettes don't really, because they're oblique. It's kind of
and this is another VR issue.
Difficult to see, yeah.
We have to make at this stage we're making compromises for VR, which will eventually compromises. We'll probably end up with
VR.
For VR. We'll probably I'm just repeating. We'll probably just make like a couple different menu types for VR for that, but right now we just have one. So.
But even tooltips with the names would be a good start on that.
Agreed. Maybe we expand the widget to be bigger. I mean, once you're dead, why is it so small? It could take your whole screen, for instance.
Sometimes it's like 8 miles away in a different direction.
I know, and sideways.
We're gonna fix that too. We swear.
It's like, where's my ship selection?
Just hit A, it'll work.
What was funny was all the people that started facing one way, and by the end of it, they were facing completely away from the unit, and we had a couple people almost fall down. Remember that?
Oh, we had a lot of people migrate or wobble.
Wobble. Yep.
Quite a lot of that.
All right, from Empton. Oh, that's what I just said. So from Perfect Pencil, maker of Skylab, would it be possible to have longer matches and longer spawn timers?
Yes.
It
is possible.
Matchmaking is going in now. Probably in the proving grounds by the time you play this, or else we're debugging it still, but it's really, really close. One of the things that we want to give you guys is the ability to create longer matches. And so it's coming.
Yeah, match settings are definitely on the agenda.
When we first came out in October, we knew we had about, 10 minutes of gameplay totally in each map, right? So, but now that's expanding. We've got much more coming with destructibles and mining and all this stuff coming up that is going to, you're going to need more time in there. And so we're going to put that in your hands and let you play with it and set it up. So, yeah. All right, it's time for the video question. My man, Jitris, has a video question. Jitris,
welcome back, Jitris.
Take it away.
Paintball mode, or disco mode, or play multiplayer with only a certain type of weapon restrictions. For example, only homing missile mode, or only plasma cannon or machine gun mode, where you have to basically use a certain type of weapon for the round, or last man standing kind of thing.
Cool. So limited modes.
Oh yeah,
kind of like the spawn. We're gonna do the same kind of thing for the servers.
Yeah, we definitely want to do some different game modes like that, some more challenging modes for people who want to do things like that. I think a Goliath only mode would be super hot.
Fly the trash can.
Yes, dumpster battles are epic.
Dude, you could do a demolition derby with those things. Once we should put collision damage back in again.
Oh gosh, that didn't work so well.
I did not remember.
we'll have to tweak.
We have to work on that with the client side prediction. But what about a flare only match? Flares only.
That would take forever.
Pin the tail on the Designopotamus.
But yes, lasers only is a
Got
great
a nice
idea.
tail. Just saying, ladies. All right. Thanks, Jetris. And now it's time for this week's hot topic. On that note. So hot topic. Some people think it's too fast. Some people think it's too slow.
Egalor?
It's almost like, what's her name in the forest with the porridge? Goldilocks. Yeah. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's kind of in between. We have people arguing both sides of it.
I think it's certainly a sense of perspective. I mean, for people who maybe have been, much more used to the original Descent game, it might feel a little faster. I think it is a little more fast-paced, but for people who play FPSs all the time, it feels really slow.
I think it is a little different. I mean, we are kind of taking Descent in in our own direction, right? We're building on the core and taking it a little differently.
It's modernized a bit.
It is. It's funny because you watch some of the people have still been playing it for the last few years will be like, it has to be this way, it has to be this way. And they're closer to what it currently was 20 years ago. But most of the people that come into like the booth at South by Southwest are like, it's just like Descent. And so 95% of the people are going to remember it fondly and think that way. So we are speeding it up a little bit, I think, right?
There's a little more speed to the game than there was. But I think when we get into the single player, you'll feel like that comes back to where you're used to. So I wouldn't worry too much. The too slow people might have to worry because I don't think we can speed it up too much more without losing the feeling of this game.
Yeah, no, we're not speeding it up much more, but I mean we could. And for those of you who are a little too slow in the multiplayer, that's why we have the Goliath and the Shaman and the Warlock and other roles to play for older people like me who can't keep up with my 17 and 13-year-olds who kick my bottom. Speaking of bottoms, and they
go there.
I know, but they
here we are.
We need roles for us to play too. So keep discussing it, keep throwing it out there. It's fun. We read all those things a lot, and we take that into consideration. So we love the feedback, and we love to watch you guys debating about it. It's
a lively debate.
A lively debate. Let's put those ship stats online.
They're already online.
I know. I'm just kidding. All right, coming up this week, it's time for the Warrior of the Week. Warrior of the Week! So what is Warrior of the Week, Rob?
Warrior of the Week is the pilot who performs the best over a broad series of categories in the game for a week.
Hey, that was good.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I liked it.
Wow.
So last 2 weeks it was Jabode. Jabode. Can anyone dethrone the Jabode?
Let's find out.
Can you knock off Jabode? The most kills this week.
PuDLeZ.
Most deaths. We've got to come up with.
Wait a minute.
Vove has got most deaths. We've got to come up with some special thing for being in there, man, and getting your.
We need to give him a Vove shield or something.
We need to come up with get him a rest in peace, a little cemetery icon or something, and give it to Vove. I'm doing something for you, Vove. From KDR, our kills to death ratio is 0, which didn't have a 0. He had 2.6933. Points in a single match?
That would be PuDLeZ.
Kills in a single match.
Oh, there's that Jabode guy.
Jabode, 33. Total combat points?
Oh, back to PuDLeZ.
Total objective points?
Raptor.
Total overall points.
He's a frequent flyer in our
third place.
Wait, total overall points in third place, Jabode?
In second place,
PuDLeZ.
And in first place,
Raptor.
So the Warrior of the Week is...
I'm going to guess PuDLeZ.
Keith? PuDLeZ! Keith's over there.
Is there someone here with us?
Only over here because it's the 50th episode and somebody said there was cake.
Yeah, I ate that.
The cake is a lie.
We're going to bring back Wingman's weight, by the way. I just don't know what it is. I'm sure it's not pretty.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Big thanks to our agents of the underground. We picked up a couple more this week at at South by Southwest. Some big ones coming up, man. Look for some big YouTubers to be playing our game. It's been great. It's awesome.
Loads of fun.
You know, as an independent developer, you want to find people that are, we call them influencers. They want to play. If you are a streamer or a YouTuber and you want to make a video about our game or be part of the process, be involved, you want to get your face in there, you want to do your voices, you know, there's all kinds of things we're willing to do and have fun with. So hit us up and we'll see what we can do. Streamers who are worth watching and supporting, there they go right there.
It's a long list.
Yep, thank you very much. Love it, love it, love it. And look for that list to grow.
Great to meet every single one of you people
man,
out there,
awesome.
by the way. It was a blast.
It's so invigorating to see your work be appreciated by people. So coming up this week at Descendent Studios, or coming next week, or maybe right now, or who the hell ever knows, we have the match browser. Either it's in Proving Grounds or it is coming up.
Coming soon.
We're working very hard to be on the Oculus Rift store.
Yes.
To where when they have their launch on the 28th, we would like to be on their store at that time because we're one of the top, best looking projects that are supporting the Oculus Rift right now.
And obviously VR is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Guys found.
Now, granted, not everybody has VR out there, but
Sure.
but being on a store, just so you'll know, if things to the production slow down a little bit or the proving grounds slow down a little bit while we're focusing on the VR for this launch, it's very important to us because the 100, 200,000 people that buy that thing are going to be looking for products to play, and being one of the better ones, it really helps us grow the pool. So we'll be focusing on VR a lot the next couple of weeks. Skylab is in Proving Grounds. Let us know what you think about that. It's looking pretty good.
It's very shiny.
It is shiny.
It's nice and shiny.
Shiny, as Firefly would say. And of course, flare fixing is going on.
Yes, there are some flare problems. We understand.
It was just in there for fun, but we realized that it was funny that you could flare a bunch of people and then they blow up, and the flares just kind of hang there until the duration is over.
Those are very durable flares.
Yeah, well, yeah, they, you know, and there's no gravity, so why would they? But what would be cool is if they shoot off like a porcupine, poof, into like all air. No, I don't want to make it harder on us.
No.
Thanks to our underground members and all of you guys for supporting us and backing us and joining in the fun of making
coming to see us at South by.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing these shows. We do like the PAX shows. We do South by. We're gonna try to do Gamescom if we can. If we can get over there. We do mostly shows where we can meet you guys. It doesn't do us a lot of good to go out to E3 or to GDC or any of that stuff because
it's not really a trade show.
We're a fan, community-driven, made product. We don't need to be, you know, in the hands of publishers or trade show people. So we are coming to you soon. It's just watch for the information on that. Thank you guys for supporting us. Join our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook channels to find out what's going on, get the absolute latest up-to-date stuff. Watch for upcoming news on partnerships with some of these YouTube people. Some of these guys have a massive following. You know,
way bigger than us.
Yeah, of course. The 5 of you out there that are watching this show right now need to spread the word. We could be up to 6 by tomorrow. Submit your forum feedback questions and knock Gentris off, man. Somebody else send in a video question. Do we love you, Gentris? We're going to keep using him. He's featured on the show. Gentris is our video of the week, man.
Special guest star.
He is. We should put him in the credits.
There we go.
You want to be in the credits? Send in a video question. Submit your forum feedback questions either on Steam or on our website. And thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for helping us make this game, for bringing it back from the depths of the past, reintroducing this gameplay to an entirely new generation. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate it. And we will see you all, underground.
Lay's Classic. Always fresh. Bet you can't eat just one.